All right, so what you're looking at there is the rear speaker grill of my 2003 Camry LE, and as you can see, 14 years of sun exposure has rotted it out, and it's cracked and fallen into the speaker itself. So this is going to be a how-to video on how to replace those speaker grills. It's not a quick task, but it's not that difficult as long as you have the right tools and the time and just a little bit of patience. So with that said, let's get started. Alright, so the tools I'm going to use to do this job is a 12mm nut driver, a small pry tool, a Phillips head screwdriver, a drill with a 7/32 bit, and this one happens to be a 9mm, but you just need a small deep weld socket, and you'll see what I use that for later. So pretty simple. Oh, and of course, if you want to keep your work area clean, and a shop vac. So let's get started. First thing, beneath the seat and the back, in the back here, there is a 12mm bolt that has to be removed, and that will remove this side cushion on both the left and the right side. So as I said earlier, in here there is a 12mm bolt that needs to come out. So the best thing is just push down the bottom seat, and you can see it, and just start turning. Snug. Alright, there it is. And there's one. Then what happens is the side cushion lifts up. I just tuck the seatbelt off to the side. The side cushion lifts up and pulls out, and you can see here where there's a hook to get it out. So we'll take that out and go to the other side. All right, again, I'll tuck the seatbelt into the side here, and I'll press down, get a hold of that 12mm bolt. Again, it's in there snug. And reach down in there, and voila, 12mm nut driver, or 12mm bolt, excuse me. And then again, pick it up, pull it out, and we'll set it to the side. We need to flop the seats down. So we'll go ahead and flop both seats down. And as you can see on the back panel here, there are plastic screws and plastic clips. So we'll go ahead and remove those. Get all those out, and then over here on the side there's the plastic clip. Just push the center in and take the pry bar, get underneath it, and it pops right out. There are two on this side, one also down here in the lower area. Just push the center in, take the pry bar, and it just pries right out. I'm keeping them all together down here so that I don't lose anything, and we'll go over to the other side. Alright, on the passenger side here, and again, here's the plastic clip. Push the center in, and I'll go ahead and push the center in down here on the one on the bottom as well. Then I'll take the pry bar and get underneath it and pop it out. And again, I'll take the pry bar and get underneath it and pop it out. There we go. Now the next step is we have to go to the trunk and pop some clips in the trunk. Alright, so inside the trunk here, there's just these small black plastic clips. Real simple, just lift them up and they pull off. Same thing on this one, just lift it up and it pulls off. And you can see that folds down. Alright, with the trunk piece done, we'll start, oh, I missed one right here in the center here. So again, just push the center pin in. And actually I pushed it in too far, but I'll get that fixed here in a second. And we'll start to pull out the whole back piece here. And that we'll fold it down here without damaging it. And that'll allow us, you can see here, that'll allow us to start to get to this back piece here. Alright, so the next step here, we have to remove the side panels, both left and both passenger side and driver's side, because the back plate, or I get whatever you call it, back plate here comes up underneath that. So first things first is pull the weather stripping off. The panel kind of lifted up and it comes off just like that. And then you can see the plastic pins are still in there, and so there's actually a simpler way to put all those back in rather than try to thread the needle and lift them up. You just take the pry bar and gently pop them all out. Alright, same thing on this side. We'll pull the weather stripping off, kind of slide this panel up a little bit, yikes, and remove the plastic clips. Alright, the next step is if you take the rear brake light and kind of push it towards the back window, it pops out, and I'll just go ahead and disconnect it, the wiring underneath, just undo the plastic clip and pull it out for the time being. From here, we are all the way in the panel. So what we can do is just gently lift it out and flip it over. You can see where it's just infused, melted. The little posts are just melted and infused in. So we'll go ahead and drill those out and we'll take this out. Drill out the center of the clips. Again, just want to go slow and carefully because I don't want to cause damage to the back panel. Alright, with that part drilled out, I should be able to just lift this up and pull the old rotted grill out, and I sure can. And as you can see, severely rotted out. So we'll do the other thing to the other side and get ready to put the new ones in. Alright, over on the other side, we'll do the same thing. And then we should just be able to pick it up now and pop the old one out. And again, all dry rotted out. So we'll toss this one and put the new ones in. Alright, so before I can put the new ones in, I need to kind of just clean up the old melted parts. So I'm just going to take the pry bar and see if I can just break off the pieces that, the melted pieces from the previous one here. Don't need to get real surgical. I like a clean end product, but by the same token, those sauces is underneath and it's just going to be clamped down on. So we'll just get the old residue off. Oh, look at that. That one already popped off. this. Get these melted pieces popped off the bottom on the passenger side. Again, not looking for perfection. I would like it clean, but the main thing is just making sure that the new grill cover gets a good, tight, snug fit when we clamp it in down on the bottom, without destroying the back panel too badly. Looks like that one will just push through. See if I can pull it out. There it goes, right there. Alright, same thing over here. Get this one out. Ooh, that one came out nice and clean. That's good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. That one came out nice and clean. Then we'll get this one right here. It'd be nice if this one came out equally as clean. Ooh, it does. Even better. Same thing with this one. 3 for 3. Will I get lucky? Doesn't look like it. That's all right. Again, I could probably take the Dremel to these and get them out quicker, but oh, that one came out actually pretty decently as well. So, all right, a little bit of break off there. Clean that up there. There we go. And just like that, we're all cleaned up. All right, with the bottoms cleaned up here, we're just gonna vacuum up the residue and we'll put in the new ones. All right, so here are the new speaker grills. As you can see, they have the prongs underneath. Now, this is the way I think they should have done it from the factory, but it's probably done to increase speed and efficiency and whatnot, is instead of melting them, they actually send these metal clips. Just these metal one-way clips. So we'll go ahead and get them put in. They're labeled here if you can look. If you look here real closely, there's an L right there labeled left, and on this side right, the R right there. So we'll go ahead and get them put in. All right, passenger side of the car, we will put the R side on. And if you look underneath here, you can see the indentation, which way it's supposed to go. Just pops in. Take the metal one-way metal clip, see, front and back, and we'll just slide them down and on. Alright, once you get started, they go on pretty easy, but I'm just using a small deep weld socket just to help push them on. I'll just work my way around. Fine. And it helps if you keep pressure. Put your hand underneath the grill cover. Keep pressure on the back just to help get a nice snug fit. And then I'll go back around and make sure they're all snugged up. just like that, the new one's on. We'll go do the driver's side. All right, same thing on this side. Get all that little bit of residue left in there out. Same thing on this side. We'll take the left side panel and line them up at the holes. Push them through. And just like that. Taking the 5 metal clips again in the deep weld socket, we'll get it started. Hold in the bottom and push it on. Run them back around, tighten them up, and there we go. Rotating it up, and you can see brand new panel, nice and snug, perfect fit. Time to put it all back together. All right, so as I said earlier, I prefer to have everything clean, so I'm going to go ahead and run a vacuum around and get it all cleaned up. Putting it back together just like it came apart. Just go backwards. So we'll put this back panel back in first. Just kind of lifting it up. Make sure the reverse light wire comes through. And then underneath here there's some white clips that just need to line up and pop through. Driver's side's down, do the passenger side. Same thing over here, just make sure it's back, lines up. All right, so to put these plastic clips back in, it's actually pretty simple. They just snap back in like that. So we'll put all these back in. All right, with all the plastic clips on the panel here, we'll put the panel back in. All right, so the panel goes in just like it came out. There's a little flange right here that goes down in the back panel. And then we'll just snap it in. And with that in, we'll put the weather stripping back on. And we'll go do the other side. So again, we have to put the 6 clips on. So we'll put those on right now. With the 6 clips on, again, we'll hook this piece here, the little hook. We'll get it lined up in the back of the rear panel. Slide it back, make sure the wires are clear, and we'll snap it in. Again, it is, and then we'll put the weather stripping back in. Get everything everything cleaned up, vacuumed up as we put the back panel on. All right, everything's cleaned up, vacuumed. Time to put the back panel on. Get it all. Alright, with the back panel in place, we'll start to put the clips in. Again, these center punch clips went down the side and one in the center. They're actually real easy to reset. With the center pushed in, you just pop them all the way out. Center pin, how about I don't drop it? Center pin comes out, and you just put it in, push the sides in, and push the center pin in. It's locked in place. Put the clip in, pop the pin in. We'll do the trunk piece right now. All right, back's real easy to do. You just pull it around, lift it up, and just get it clipped up here on top, just like that. And then same thing over here on this side. Lift it up and it clips down in. Clipped, clipped. Back panel's on. All right, only 2 more steps. The side panel's here. Flop the seats up, and then just vacuum it up. This is what happens when you have 2 little girls. You find rubber bands underneath the back seat. Love it. So we'll go ahead and put the back seat. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to put the back light in, but that's quick and easy to do. So we'll go ahead and do the side cushions here on both passenger side and driver's side, and then we'll do the rear brake light here, and then we'll be all done. All right, the side cushions come out, or go back in, excuse me, just like they came out. I'm going to move the seat belt around the headrest here, get it out of the way. Again, it has this hook that just clips into the metal, or I shouldn't say clips in, but just fits into the metal flange right back here. I kind of look on the side to get it lined up, get it started. There it goes. Get it pushed inside the door and just work it down. There we go. Take the 12mm bolt with the nut driver. All right, snug it up. Go do the driver's side. All right, same thing again. Get the seat belt out of the way. Get it in here. Get started. All right, that's all snugged up. Put the back light again in. Again, it just simple plug in here. Plug it in, flip it over. Make sure you get the back flanges lined up. Not a big deal. Push all the way towards the window and then pull it back. There we go. Back lights in. We'll just get everything vacuumed up back here and be done. All right, with that, we'll put the seat belt back as it belongs. There we go. And I think we're done. So, bring the camera back here, and there's the finished product. So, again, not too difficult of a task. It is time consuming. I think had I not been shooting this video while doing it, it would have taken me somewhere in the neighborhood of about an hour to do. That's making sure I keep my work area clean and whatnot. But simple fix, relatively cheap fix. I got the grill covers off of Amazon for about $22, I think. Amazon primed them in. So as you can see, it turned out good. So here's the finished product. Before, after. Before, after. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please subscribe down below, give us a thumbs up, and look for more how-to videos in the future. Thanks.